Nerdy. Chat, chat, chat. What a beautiful morning. It's always so early, but we have a lot of time to fill today. We have a lot of beautiful Minecraft to get through. We have a tight schedule today. Nerdy, how excited are we? First match of the Season 7 bracket.
It's gonna be fantastic. I could not be more excited. I got my notes ready. I have so much anticipation. I've been waiting all week for this game after the wonderful LCQ we had last weekend. I cannot wait to see what we have in store this weekend, Feinberg.
Were you waiting all week specifically for this game or just for the whole bracket?
For the whole
Okay.
bracket, I would
Let's
say.
talk about the whole bracket. Let's start with the whole bracket. I didn't do that on purpose at all, actually. That just worked really, really well. Let's start to the whole bracket. Let's see what we're dealing with today. Here's our bracket. Some might say the 16 best ranked players, maybe nerdy, of all time. The bracket this season, scariest it's ever been. Today, we have Oxidiot versus Anko as our first match, 7 Ral versus Silver as our second match, and Beef Salad versus Jay as the third and final match of the day. The rest of the 5 matches will be following up tomorrow. Nerdy,
Yeah,
there's
this
not...
whole Feinberg guy. He had to get in the way, man, with the scheduling. You know, he had to be here. He had to be an MCC, all that stuff.
Sometimes life throws you a rock and you gotta hit it back with a tennis racket and it breaks some strings, but sometimes
I'm not really feeling the analogy here, Feinberg, but you know what? I do
yeah,
appreciate that you tried.
sometimes
Yeah, all right, fair. You know what? Fair enough.
No, guys,
Um,
those who get me will get me, okay? Those who get me will get me, and those who don't get me, they'll get me in the future. It'll make sense.
guys, you can't truing that. That is not allowed to be truing. If I just said I don't see it, you can't. This is like I don't know. This is like I'll copyright you or something for that. But
Okay.
anyways,
Well,
but yes, I'm very excited here, Feinberg. Ancoboy versus Oxidiot. It's gonna be a wonderful match.
I am extremely excited as well. I mean, we commentated LCQ, we commentated Mid-Season Showdown, but it's different vibes, You have so many people in the lobby, right? Like, we don't even really get to fully watch an overworld because we have that overview camera, and it's hard to really follow one person, but in these best of 5 brackets, you build the story seed to seed, match to match. You really get to see all the micro from both the runners, and it's just top tier Minecraft at its rawest form, and I'm so excited for this weekend and next weekend as well. And we're starting with a banger match, Nerdy. 2 players that have been in playoffs both multiple times, but haven't won the crown for either of them. Ancoboy's gotten closest. Second place in season 4 to Loki. Oxy got 4th in season 1 and hasn't gotten closer since then. What are your initial thoughts on this first match?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's 2 players that we've seen, like you said, just get pretty far into the playoffs before. You know, they're definitely both experienced players here, and as see, we have some wonderful stats for you all. I think both these runners are pretty comparable in the sense that they're both, mechanically good. They both have good decision making. They're both experienced. They've both been here since like season 1, right? There's a lot of similarities here, and I think it's going to be interesting. One thing I'd like to note, and actually it's funny, I had this in my notes, but also it looks like on the sheet here as well, is that Oxy has been playing less ranked recently, and playing more
Yeah,
AA.
I mean, look at the peak elo.
Yeah.
Oxy is closer to like gold almost than to Anko in terms of
Yeah.
elo. In
No,
peak
you're
elo
not
last
wrong.
season, which is crazy. I mean, you look at the win rate; it's a little higher. You look at the average; it's pretty similar. But there's like a 600, 700 gap difference in like games played, and there's a lot of micro stuff that you pick up by just playing the game more. That's the real basis of the decision making, because every seed's truly random. You're just building off of what you've seen before in the past. Like, this terrain looks like a seed I played 3 months ago, and this worked for me 3 months ago. Let's try this again. Or like this crimson tree was in this bastion 6 months ago, and I dealt with it the same way that I'm going to deal with it here. And Ancoboy's got 500 plus games over Oxy just this season. Recency, right. I don't know. That's a pretty big sample size. And Oxy, I mean, has been playing some AA, but not as much Minecraft in general as maybe we've seen from her in past seasons, compared to Ancoboy at least. So,
And yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. I will say, for what it's worth, I do think AA is. I think you'll agree with me here, Feinberg. It's a good way to get better at Minecraft. You'll. There's a lot of skills you have to test. There's a lot of thinking on the fly. There's lots of different mechanical things that you have to do. It's not as good as ranked, but I do feel like it is. It's not like, Oxy is going and playing soccer or something completely unrelated. It is. There are a lot of transferable skills with all advancement speedrunning. So I do feel like there is still a lot of. I mean, we saw her get first place on like 2 seeds out of the first 3 in LCQ or something like that last weekend. So I definitely feel like Oxy has a lot of potential here. And I don't know. I can't wait to see what we've got in store for today's matches.
Yeah, I mean, so what if her peak elo is 1800? She qualified through LCQ, did better than a lot of people there whose peak elo was 2200 throughout the season. So obviously has what it takes to play well. I mean, at least last week, hopefully trying to continue that into this week. Let's look at the overworld stats real quick before we get into seed 1. I mean, I feel like Oxy maybe suffers from low sample size here, but the 41% win rate and 1130 average on Shipwreck is like the biggest outlier here compared to everything else. But again, she played literally 120 games, so that's like 20 Shipwreck seeds. Maybe there's some just random variance there. Who knows?
No, I mean, I think it is. It shows a weakness. I mean, maybe it's maybe it was just a few games, but I feel like the low average time to me is it sort of implies a similar kind of deal here, that even on the seeds where she did win, she wasn't necessarily too fast compared to the other seeds. And so that's going to be interesting to see if Anko will make use of that information. I do feel like it is interesting to see Ancoboy, Oxy, both with very good rune portal times. I also want to mention, I feel like we saw previously Ancoboy was at a higher elo, it seemed like. So those win rates being lower, for example, in the village, I wouldn't necessarily, on the BT, I wouldn't necessarily chalk that up to being a worse number. Because if you see that Ancoboy has a 1002 average, whereas Oxy has a 1004, I feel like that implies that Anko is still keeping up, even though he has a 5% lower win rate. It might just be more competitive at the higher elo.
Yeah, I mean, if Anko's got to be playing people all day that are like rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, and Oxy's at like 1800, it's just like the quality of the matches are going to be a little different. And so the win rate, obviously, they're not playing the same people. Can't really compare it that well in between players, The numbers aren't fully transferable. The conclusion, Nerdy, they're both great players. Oxy might have a little bit of a rust in the veins, but can't you shake it off? They're both playoffs veterans, so to speak, compared to some of the people in the bracket. And so who knows? Will nerves get to them? Being the first match of playoffs out of everybody, right? Like you can't even really watch other people play and sort of get into the mindset. You are setting the tone for the whole weekend almost.
Yeah, no, the first match, the opener, so to speak, right? It is. I wonder if do you think that impacts the mental at all? Or I don't know. I feel like it could be nerve-wracking to go first.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it just depends on how confident you feel. It's so player to player specific. Like if you're feeling confident in your mechanics, even like the day of, or like if you have been looking forward to playoffs for the week, been practicing a lot for the week, or you're just kind of trying to get through it, maybe not as passionate about this season as others. Like who knows, right? We're already on season 7. Ancoboy's played in 6 playoffs. Like, is he still motivated after getting second in season 4? Is that something that's motivated him to continue and continue to get better, knowing he was that close? Or was it maybe like I did all that I wanted to do, right? Like that was a good enough showing for me, and now I'm kind of just gonna chill. I mean, I have no idea, right? I just have no clue, but it just depends on what the runners really want out of the playoffs from themselves. But we gotta assume that the runners are all here to win. Wouldn't try to get top 12 throughout the whole phase. Wouldn't play an LCQ if you're not here to win. And here we go. Seed pick ban.
Ooh, exactly.
Honestly, I mentally spaced out and I totally forgot about these. But I'm excited. We got an ocean ban, 2 ocean bans, and we're playing the Desert Temple. Little AA enjoyers, rise up.
And this totally makes sense, as we said. I do feel like I expect if Ancoboy is able to pick a shipwrecking game 4, I would expect to see that. But yeah, picking the Desert Temple I think makes sense. We saw on the previous slide, Oxy's shipwreck weakness, Ancoboy's ship buried treasure like weakness as far as his win rate. So I think those make sense. And now we're playing a Desert Temple, and I'm excited. This is gonna be awesome. The AAC to start it all.
Yeah. I mean, Ankoboy does get a ban, knowing what Oxy bans, so maybe just wants to keep that ocean consistency. And I will say, I feel like it's the overworld that has the most variance in you can kind of lose the seat on the spot, or like mentally lose the seat on the spot. If you go to the wrong ravine, like you go to kelp and it's fake, your opponent goes the other way. Or they see a ravine, or just, choose to go left on the island and you go right and you miss the ravine. Like sometimes it's so hard to mentally claw back from that feeling of, oh, I just lost 30 seconds in the overworld against like a god tier player. What am I supposed to do? Right. And so if you're avoiding those seeds entirely, could just be good for the mental overall, right? Like maybe you get gapped a little bit on the Desert Temple, 5, 10, maybe even 15 seconds, but you can find the lava pool, right? Like you can get in the nether. Ankoboy's got a skeleton in his temple.
That's unlucky, but
Oh my god, it's
able
gonna
to.
fall, maybe?
But he places the sand on
Yeah.
top so that way the skeleton can't impact him. But oh no, look, he has to reset anyways.
Reset.
A disaster there. 31-second time loss for Ancoboy, and that is a huge lead here for Oxy right away.
Yeah, that is just unlucky.
Now
As Oxy's
Oxy.
gonna blow up the gravel. Yeah, I mean, there is technically a thing he can do to make the skeleton not fall down with him. So he actually was playing it pretty well up until the sand and like pathing situation, but it might just be something that obviously just hasn't, you don't run into the situation very often, right? Where there's a mob in the temple. I think it usually just is coded to not spawn in temples, and so it's just like a very big edge case that like a mob snuck in the very side.
Right. No,
At
that
the
makes
very
sense.
end, but yeah.
That is very unfortunate. Unfortunately
Oh,
for
Oxy's trying to do cow hole. We have a path block,
oh
and we
man,
lit
I do
this.
love that strat. I love that strat so much. It's so goofy looking. I wish it were more commonly used because it just I love the cow just does the little circles. It doesn't really make any sense. I don't really understand why that
I'm telling
happens
you,
at all.
you gotta get on the
But
cow practice map,
it's so
Daddy. That's
good.
what I'm saying. You gotta get on the cow practice map.
I really
That's the
do, I guess.
2025 meta.
Oh hell
Gotta get
yeah.
on the cow
I'm
practice.
glad. That's great that this is where we're evolving in 2025.
Well, I
But
mean,
yeah,
look
we
at
can
this.
see
Angle
here.
Boy is
Look at this.
very not that far behind. The situation
So
is food, right? Oxy 3
yeah.
steak, Anko 0. But like, do we have a gap? Oh, Oxy's got 3 steak and 3 pork chop.
Yeah.
So
And this is something that we've talked about as I was speaking with Silver. He was saying one of the big meta shifts this season is getting less food. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think this who are you favoring here, Feinberg, going into this?
yeah, I don't know personally. Like this specific matchup and just no food in general, it's a big meta shift, and it's funny because it's not like a new discovery, so to speak. Look at this, Ankle Boy, Child's first, incredible
Wow.
comeback,
Incredible stuff.
and it's
Incredible
bridge, so
stuff.
we can just get a Hoglin if there's one here, right? And the food situation
Yep.
isn't even a big deal at all. He does only have 28 flesh, so we don't have any gaps from the temple, but like. It's weird, right?
Oh, and
If
look,
you think
Oxy on 2 hearts here. There's 2 skeletons. Oxy takes a death. 2 minutes and 55 seconds in. That is
and
absolute
and the
disaster
pork chop
here.
just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The steak doesn't matter. It's so hard to watch. There's only 2 people, and I still just fully missed it. She would have died, and I was just fully watching it the whole time. That's just what, stray skeletons? Like I don't even know.
Yep. 2 stray skeletons and like just not able to heal enough. Just unfortunate situation there for Oxy, and now having to slowly make her way back, but
Yeah,
not any blocks here. This could be kind of awkward to get down. We'll have to see what
3
Oxy
here
does.
for blocks. I mean, yeah, this just fully puts the lead back in Ancoboy's favor. I mean, he does, again,
Yep.
only have 24 rotten flesh. He doesn't have the steak, doesn't have the pork chop. Don't know if he's going to kill a hoglin in the Crimson here for food or just send it on this rotten flesh for the rest of the seed. But doesn't really matter that he has less food because Oxy doesn't have any trades started. Oxy has 9 Crimson Planks and that's it, right? Celestial Retriever's stuff. I don't even know. Have we mined like most of the chalice? Like,
There's those
yeah,
skeletons. Actually, that
stuff
might
is
be another
there.
skeleton. Look, more skeletons. So she should be okay here, just because.
I'm surprised the chalice death even happens in the first place, right? Like you don't just sort of
Yeah.
handle the skeletons, maybe just a little bit of stubbornness. Gonna I'm gonna finish mining all the gold. Like that's just not gonna be a big deal. You kind of try to bob and weave and you just slowly start taking poke damage. Like I just honestly I wasn't watching Nerdy until you said she's on 2 hearts, and then I look over and she died. So I like don't even know what
That's like about
happened.
when I started watching too, to be honest with you, Fireworks. So I'm not exactly sure. I maybe caught a little bit more than you did, but unfortunate death regardless. Looks
On the
like
other hand,
Ancoboy is almost
Angelboy
ready to
just
go here.
totally bugged out for a second. He like fell off of the bridge and had to pearl down or like left with less trades. I don't really know what's happening, but Nerdy, I think it's very apparent that whatever's happening is because of nerfs to some extent.
I
The amount of
100%.
the amount of micro and macro mistakes that we've seen just in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
But it's seed
I
1,
I think
right?
that's very fair.
You get some time to figure it out. Oxy trying to deal with bringing these piglins up, as well as getting hit by a hoglin. And Ancoboy has been hit off the fort or fell off.
No, I think he pearled or
I don't know,
something.
but he's in lava. I mean, it's not a good pearl if it was a pearl, but
Pretty sure that was a pearl.
I know he was
If
on the
I'm
side of the fort and now he's in lava at the bottom. So,
But he is low on food here, and I am quite concerned here. I obviously it's just gonna be awkward if
it's just
he
scary.
can't heal fast
You just
enough.
get spawned on, right? Or like
Yeah,
he sends this blaze TNT and then gets spawned on. It is a little scary in situations like this. You ideally want to get like 1 or 2 rods and just blind right away to hunger reset. Or you play the spawner perfectly and slow heal up to 10 hearts. But rotten flesh is so bad. Like in terms of fast healing at all, each rotten flesh will give you fast heal for half a heart. Like the heal that goes super fast and takes your
I
hunger
see.
down off 10, it's half heart only. So if Ankoboy
Wow.
wants to get up to 10 hearts and he's eating every time, like he's gonna be able to eat every time he heals an extra half a heart. So he can chug this whole rotten flesh. It's so much better for prolonged healing in situations like mining housing gold or waiting for trades or something. Where you're just trying to get from like 6 to 10 hearts. That's where rotten flesh shines. Not in this situation when you're sitting at a spawner trying to do other things, right?
Yep,
Not really
absolutely.
waiting, not pre-crafting, moving around, killing blazes. Maybe you get hit by 1 blaze, bam, there's 5 rotten flesh worth of healing gone.
And Oxy now here though, getting to the spawner with obviously a lot more food.
Don't get hit by that wither skelly.
Scary stuff, but able to handle these 2 wither skeletons as she gets to the
Oh,
spawner
and Ankoboy
now.
blinds on pigs here. We'll see if he kills the 1 at least. Oh yeah, he's gonna kill the 2 here. That's a lifesaver for the food situation. Not gonna need a hunger reset. Maybe for the rest of the seed. Oh, I think a pig
A
went in the nether.
fairly far
He's
stronghold
doing
here.
TNT. This is scary. Oh, she's fine. Gets the quad TNT setup done. Oxy almost blew herself up there. But Ancoboy, I think it's just, I mean, he's very far ahead at this point, right? Maybe needs 1 more rod and can leave. Oxy has 0. I mean, she's gotten to the spawner, right? Recovered from her death very well, but it's just a lot of time to lose to die, right? Much worse than the just 30 seconds that Ancoboy took to resetting the seed at the start as he's heading to Cords, heading to
Yeah.
that second portal.
And he is off. I wonder to see. Yeah, I mean, look at that. The pork chops really helping him out a lot here as he is able to pearl and heal. It's just a much better situation. So much faster than Run Flesh Feinberg.
Oh yeah, no, here he wouldn't be able to be pearling at all with rotten flesh whatsoever. The
Yep.
the idea with like rotten flesh or no food seeds is you hit a hunger reset at the fortress and you can throw 3, sometimes 4 pearls if you play perfectly to get to Cords. Off of overworld hunger reset. Because rotten flesh, you literally you just can't heal at all in time to like throw pearls, right? Even when you're eating bread, you have to wait to eat the bread before you can pearl again. Like it's in Round Flesh is just so much worse. But we're in the stronghold. Food doesn't matter. He's got a poor shop to spare. Likes the
And
spike he
here
got
he
here. Right.
goes. And not immediately seen,
Perfect.
but there he is. Instant abs the stronghold, and it is a 2-eye, so he can just immediately go in. He's got the pre-craft going,
Up
getting
10
ready for the
pace,
0
and
here.
he's gonna set up his hotbar. Maybe I like the play. It's not necessarily the fastest, but Oxy's not even in the stronghold, right? Like you just have to hit the 0 cycle to win the seed. It doesn't matter like what your average is, or like you're not playing against 60, 70 other players.
We have a
Just
front
have to hit the
91
0.
here, 0 for Ancoboy. First bed looks decent. Second bed
Yeah,
looks
and
very
I
solid
mean he's
there.
not even complicating it here with the bow. Could easily go for a 2+2 in this situation, but just hits a
He just has
clean
the
5
face.
explosive. Yeah, because you don't need the time, right?
Yep, exactly.
Might as well not introduce any variants if you can just time those single beds, right? Sometimes you shoot the arrow, flash through the dragon, and then like you're panicking. Sometimes you mess it up by a couple ticks, the dragon gets too low, or you lose a bed of damage, right? Might as well just remove all those variables entirely, hit the simple 0, win the first seed.
Yeah, and momentum-wise, I feel like this is really good for Anko. He had a really unfortunate situation with the skeleton. I mean, like you said, it was his fault a little bit, but like that was an unlucky situation.
Yeah,
He
and
lost
that's like
30
it's like
seconds for that.
5% on him, I would say. Like
Yeah,
there's micro tech where he could have like not had the skeleton down there
right.
with him, but the fact that it even spawned there in the first place is just totally not his fault. And
Yeah,
like having something like that just be in the back of his head the whole seed could have been so bad. But because Oxy died, right? Like you said, Nerdy, it maybe takes a little bit of the mental burden off of him and gives him some momentum. Like I did that. Like throughout the seed, like I played the rest of that seed perfectly, came back, took the dub.
yeah. Well, I mean, he did. I mean, yes, Oxy did take a death, but I feel like he was. He got to the bastion first at the same time,
Yeah.
even though he
I mean,
took that.
he
So
had
so
less
I
food, but yeah, it's true.
so I feel like Oxy, like, she did play a little bit safer, but I feel like from the mental side of Anko Boy here, it looks really, really good for you because you feel like, okay, I made that mistake, but I still got to the Bastion first. I won this seed. I don't know. I'm very impressed by Anko Boy, and I feel like the momentum, as I said, is really in his favor right now. We'll see if this continues. Hopefully, Oxy though can recover and make a great C2 here.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to shake off that death, right? Like it's just something that obviously just kind of happens once in a while. Again, maybe just some sort of turning nerves or something of the sort, but it is just something that you have to shake off. It's a best of 5. It's very easy to just bounce back, win 1 seed, win 2 seeds. Now you're in the driver's seat in the entire
Yep.
series. But let's see what seed type Oxy's going to pick to counterpick after the loss between Temple and Rune Portal. Or Village and Rune Portal, sorry, but we got the Rune Portal. I was right.
Burn Portal, my favorite seeds to watch, probably. I'm a big fan. Big fan of Freiburg.
I mean, I feel like they got the most potential for the speediness, right? You get a gold
Yep.
axe, you get a golden carrots, you get a pickaxe.
Looting 3, it's always a possibility. You never know.
True. Haven't had looting in playoffs in a while,
Maybe
but it's
maybe maybe
possible.
this is maybe this is the seed here, Feinberg. Maybe we've been all been waiting for this looting 3 sword. I'm very excited regardless.
We're gonna have a lot of room portals throughout this weekend, next weekend. If it's not today, it's possible that it'll happen. Maybe, I mean, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. We'll get one looting seed at least.
Surely, I
That's what
believe.
I believe. I mean, just the odds, right? Like I don't even know what the odds are for a looting sword in a room portal, but I feel like it just has to happen. We play so many room portal seeds. Here it is.
I mean, yeah, eventually. Though I think these might be selected against looting 3 swords based on the way the filter works. Um,
Sword. 4
let's see
flint
what we got.
seals. Sharp 2.
Sharpness 2? No.
GG.
But I was gonna say, I feel like because it selects for so many other things in the portal, I feel like that would decrease the chance of a looting 3 sword. Am I wrong? Is this crazy? I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong.
No,
Compared
that's
to
like
like a random
potentially a
portal.
good shout.
I'm not
is
sure
that
though.
it
That
does
I could
try
just
to
be
select for some
totally. I could just
no,
be
like
wrong.
I don't like I just don't know. I think that like it makes sense in my head, right? Like it's got a filter for I mean, I think it artificially adds to iron, but it like filters for a light and it filters for obsidian, so that it's just like less potential room for a looting sword.
Yeah. And
Um,
regardless, we do have 6 mutton here for both runners as we enter this rune portal. Sub 1, very nice. I love this pace. Great start. And
and the
we've
sub
got
7 dream is dead. The bastion is too far away.
well, it's okay. The sub 8 dream, I believe. I still believe in here, Feinberg. But this chalice, it's in sight. It's just right there. It's so beautiful.
It is. I mean, we do have to use some blocks to get there. Oxy's only got 38 wood. Ancoboy's got 54. So, I mean, doesn't seem like that much, but 16 planks is a lot, especially when, you know, we were literally talking about this last night, is that for bridge, right? Like you need 16 blocks to do DK route in the first place, right? Like you just need to build the staircase up, build it the other way. And so if you're already using blocks to get up to the chalice, then you like look at this, like Oxy's got 26 blocks. Ancoboy, I mean, only has 29 on the chalice. And so it's like, are we using the wood and then we just have to get more? Are we gonna mine like basalt on the bastion and try to use those blocks? Like, what are we building with here? I don't know.
Yeah, it is definitely a concern. But, you know, regardless, getting some blocks here throughout the route for Ancoboy and able to use the flint and steel to prevent taking damage from the Hoglin. Now pillaring up and getting this CS route here going. We've got the gold axe coming in play. I like also, I noticed that Oxy kept the sword, which is interesting. Maybe just to save some durability when attacking like the skeleton and stuff
Ooh,
with
and
that gold axe.
Oxy drops her pickaxe half
No.
around the bastion. Missed like a wood placement for the route, and so has to make an alternate trading hole here lower down than what she wanted to for Jason. But she clutches it up on half a heart. Should be fully blocked in here. Is going to opt to eat the pork chop to heal faster instead of the mutton. And this is just... It's just ugly. It's not that much time loss, but it's ugly. And it's...
Oh no, that's just I don't even know. Was that a arrow? What just happened? It was slain by a piglin. No, I think they're I don't think it was an arrow.
I don't even know. Or the... Yeah, I don't know.
Where'd that piglin come from? Was that like a lower piglin? Like even that we don't
I mean, all the
normally
way up
see
the
or something?
bastion from the bottom, like...
Yeah. I'm like that's what I'm wondering right now. I don't know.
know. I think it's
We
so
just
rare
never play this
for...
part of the bastion. We just never play this part of the bastion ever.
Well, you usually just don't go that low down
Yeah.
For Jason. I don't know. I feel like I've rarely, if ever, seen piglins come from that like lower down. Either way, Ancoboy's heading to the fort already. Oxy, I think, would have been behind regardless, but now it's just such a monstrous amount of time to try to come
Yeah.
back from.
And just
You know?
another death is ultimately
Yeah,
what this
look,
comes
there's
down
a
to. There's
piglin
the
right
piglin.
here.
Like where'd this guy come from?
I don't know, but look at this. It's just so bad. She doesn't have any tools. Didn't pick up any tools at all. Yep. I don't even know where they went. Like she just has no tools. Oh my god, they're all down on the soul sand down there. This is just a horrendous situation.
Let's see if Ancoboy can close out this seed here. I mean, just amazing pace here for Ancoboy. I mean, 430 with some rods already. Building his second portal soon. Nope. Okay, I thought he was about to build a second portal. I was just wrong.
Wither Skelly barrier. I mean, it kind of looked like it at the start. I don't blame you for thinking that was some obsidian construction.
Gonna blaze bed now, and okay, he actually blaze bedded. I'm glad. I don't want to get commentary's curse here. As we place the soul sand around this spawner. Very nice. The soul sand stopping the blazes and also, you know, acting as a platform. Like the soul sand really just multi-purposed in this instance.
It's perfect.
Well, I love seeing that. We've got 3 rods here for Ancoboy.
Oxy finally getting a throwing, yeah, out of this bastion. I mean,
Tries to catch
I think
up.
she's recovered from the death decently well, but it's just like, look, she's mining. Oh, and now the piglins are everywhere. Mining wood. Like I was talking about this block situation earlier, just mine planks to get up to 15 planks just in general to have beds for 0 or for like at least a 1 cycle. Didn't get enough wood in the overworld and is getting punished for that as well. As she's heading to the fort. I think this is a different fort. Oh no. Are we gonna Purling? Oh, we get the fire res off. Almost died again. But we saved it.
And able to get some wood in the overworld, some sticks as well here for Ancoboy.
Yeah, I mean, he spent a little bit of time in the overworld there, but just getting a bow, getting a gold pick, all the pre-crafts out. I mean, he knows, right, from the pace that Oxy just entered the fort, so he knows that he's in a situation again where he's pretty far ahead on this seed, right? Like, can just hit any sort of normal 0. As long as there's no death in the nav, like he finds the portal room with some sort of speed, it's just going to be it. I mean, Oxy in hell almost here. Completely different fort somehow, and is playing strays on 2.5 hearts. But it's just, she's just so far behind. That I feel like it's just so hard to catch up.
I'm frozen in time here, Feinberg. I'm frozen in time here. But it's okay.
Oh, I see.
I don't know exactly what's going on there, but I am alive, chat. Don't worry. Don't worry.
That's okay.
We've got it looks like a different spawner here for Oxy. But I mean Ancoboy just already in the stronghold. This is
Oh, it didn't fix nerdy. That's so sad. I moved around a little bit. Ancoboy trying to find the portal room as always. And the preemptive hits in a little bit of an unconventional way, but he's there. And just has to hit a 0. Will we see him go for any sort of bow damage? I mean, depends on the setup, I think. He's going to go for this. Top 100 setup on the back.
Oh my goodness. He does get the bed off.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Wow, good stuff here.
A selective high bed.
Great double bed there. Can he make this work? Wow.
Incredible. That's just incredible stuff.
Incredible. Beautiful. What a 0.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, just wow. I don't know. Just wow. The level of micro understanding and micro mechanics gameplay there was just astounding. Especially considering watching the last seed was just a basic no bow, just 5 rotation 0. It was a beautiful back 100 top setup that Ancoboy just hit. And Nerdy's somehow still frozen.
I don't know exactly what's going on there.
What if you turn your camera off and on?
I've already done that. It didn't.
You've already done that? Okay.
Can you see me? Can you see me in Discord?
I will just undisable your video. I can see you. You are just moving around fine for me.
Okay. We'll figure it out. In either case, chat, we have total domination here from Ancoboy so far. I don't know. Can Oxy recover? That's the question that we're going to have to answer here. It's going to be tough.
Dude, I'm trying to like freeze myself and I'm just going to laugh. Like I was trying to, and it also doesn't even work because then I can't talk, right? And then it's just like I'm leaving you with like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm going to freeze frame. And then it just doesn't work. There's just like no point.
That would have been a good bit. I would have appreciated that bit, but
it's just impossible because
you could do the thing where the ventriloquists do, where they like talk and don't move their mouth. You know, like, that's what you could have done.
You want me to just rip that out? You want me to just do that?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No practice, no prep. Just do that. Like I feel like they spend like years trying to figure it out and they can't do it.
Fair enough. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Thank you. We're on the village. Hopefully, Nerdy, your face cam will be fixed when we get into the seed. We love technology.
But I think actually we're gonna go into a village, but first we have, of course, the Fulham mid-match analysis to go to.
That's the secret.
We don't?
It's okay. Or do we have a ping? Do we actually? Oh, we do. Okay.
Yeah, we do, but we don't usually. So
or well, we do usually. The secret this season is Fulham, instead of forcing analysis every 2 seeds and potentially not having stuff to talk about or having too much to talk about, will now just tell us when he wants to do analysis on something that he can talk about that's like actually relevant, right? Instead of just analyzing a seed where like someone dies and then there's nothing to talk about, or like nothing interesting to talk about. And so it happens that it lined up that Fulham wants to do the analysis at the end of the 2nd seed. And so it seems like we're doing the same thing that we did last season, but we're actually not. It just worked out that way. Does that make sense?
Oh, I'm back. Hey guys, how's it
You're
going?
back.
I'm back. I'm back. What's up? What's up, also? What's up? How's it going?
You're back. And we're gonna send it over to Fulham, so you're gonna be not back. But it does fix. That's good. But yeah, that's the point. Is Fulham's no longer doing analysis every like 2 seeds. It's just when he has something that he wants to talk about. Which we think just makes more sense. And so it lines up however it lines up, but Fulham wants to analyze something with the last seed, something with the last 2 seeds. So we're gonna send it over to Fulham for his mid-match analysis, and then we'll be back with seed 3 on the village.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think Feinberg did a good enough job of explaining that that situation there. If you guys don't get it, I'm sure you'll understand it very soon. Pretty much, it means a little bit less yapping from me and a few less clips. But when I do catch a clip, I'm hopefully going to analyze it a little bit more in detail. And there's only one clip that I want to talk about from the last 2 seeds, and it is this Oxidiot death. There's something that maybe people wouldn't have picked up on. I wanted to say a big thank you to to Curry, who actually grabbed this one for me, who noticed after Oxidiot set her difficulty to hard mode, of course, allowing the pigs to fall down from the top into this lower Jason root hole. Obviously, little bit of a nightmare beforehand, but does survive on half a heart. There's something very special that happens here when we see she throws out the gold sword over the side of the bridge here. I'm going to pause it right here, and we're going to go really slowly through the next few seconds of clip. Okay? We're going to see the next few frames, and for around about 2 frames, we're able to see a pig fall from the side of the bastion going into the hole out to the outside terrain of the bastion. You can see it just slightly. You can see the sword of the bastion, the sword of the piglin falling off of the side of the bridge here. This is going to distract the piglin. It's going to go down to the lower terrain. And from going down to this terrain, it's going to have the ability to climb up the inside of the bastion. And you're going to hear it and you're going to see it in the subtitles in just a second here. You can see the piglin hurts. Something fell. The piglin falls off the side, lands on the normal terrain, and then climbs back up the side of the bridge. Still, because of that hard mode, it's going to be able to take that fall damage. It's really, really subtle, but it's something really important. Obviously, in fact, Oxy hears this pig fall, and you can see, goes into F5 mode, knowing that there could be something behind at any point in time. Unfortunately, the timing was just a little bit too slow and gets obviously one-tapped on 4.5 hearts because of hard mode, which is really difficult, really, really unfortunate. But yeah, seeing that pig fall on the side of the bastion here was something that kind of epitomizes exactly what we're going to be turning the analysis segment into. It's going to be shorter, but ideally more detailed into these specific areas, so I don't have to yap the entire time about the entire seed. So it's going to be a lot shorter. I don't want to ice the players any longer. I'm going to send you guys back over to Nerdy and Feinberg super quickly, and we're going to get straight into seed 3.
I mean, that's just unlucky. Like,
Yep.
And it just goes to show that it doesn't matter how well you think you play, how well you can recover from stuff. There's just random stuff that will happen, and it's just things that you can say like, "Oh, she should have done X different, should have done Y different," but it's just like little RNG things. The game is just too random.
It is littered with RNG.
If you're an Oxy fan, unfortunately, that's not what you want to hear, though, because now she's down 2-0 in the series, forced to play a village seed, has to win it, and then Ancoboy gets to pick the next 2 seeds if she wants to complete the reverse sweep. in the best of 5.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough. I mean, this is definitely where I would say the mental is really the biggest difficulty, in my opinion, Feinberg. I mean, obviously, having to win 3 matches in a row is tough, but I feel like having lost 2, it is really hard to come back and win one. That being said, I feel like closing out a run, closing out a set here is hard. Like it is mentally like, okay, sure, you're up 2. That's great from Ancoboy's perspective, but I don't know. I feel like there's a mental barrier, at least from my experience when I've done a few tournaments here and there, where it is kind of difficult to like just, okay, we just got to lock in. You feel like you have a lot. Maybe you feel too chill. You feel like you're ahead. You feel like you can give up a little time here and there.
I can relate to that 100%. Like it's 2-0, right? If you're in Ancoboy's position, you know that you have to lose 3 in a row, right? So you start thinking like if some RNG thing happens, you might start thinking like, oh, whatever. I have 2 more seeds. Instead of thinking like, okay, how can I like bounce back from this to like make as much time back as possible, right? Like your mindset just becomes a little different, right? And that could be the big difference in winning a seed by 5 or 10 seconds or losing by 5 or 10 seconds. Is just those small little micro mental adjustments. And so I do get your point, right? Where it's like if you're up 2-0, maybe you let off the gas a little bit.
Yeah. And so it's different, of course, than Oxy, who is probably just frustrated, maybe stressed. It's a different sort of thing, but in either case, the mentals can impact the runners here. As we enter this seed 3, let's see. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, we've got something again, sort of AA-esque, I guess, kind of. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of a stretch there. I'm saying the village is maybe more AA.
I think it's a little bit of a stretch.
Then whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to give Oxy fans some hope here. Okay, I don't want to be too pessimistic or anything like that. As we are getting some beds here, Feinberg, what's your opinion on getting beds in the village? How many beds do you think is correct to get?
I mean, I think you got to get at least 1 for the blaze bed. Okay. No craft blaze bed. I think it just makes sense to get 1. I think it's so weird because obviously in some seeds you're gonna have 12 explosives leaving the bastion. And it doesn't matter. Some seeds you're gonna have 3. And that's going to be the difference maker, right? And it's like, how linear is the second bed house going to be? Obviously, some houses in the Plains Village have 2 beds. There's a hotel that has 4, right? So it's like, where are you stopping on your routes? Where are you grabbing the beds, right? Like, how far away are you going? That's the biggest issue. Because after the first bed being used for the blaze bed, you're not really using that second bed for anything. The only meta shift potentially, again, something that we were talking about last night, is specifically on a seed like this, where you're mining blocks with a stone axe, right? You don't have shears, you don't have TNT, you don't have gold tools for gold pick or gold axe or anything from the blacksmith. You don't even have like a diamond pickaxe, which I mean you wouldn't really use for blocks, but it's sort of a low block situation, right? Like you're investing a lot of time to get the blocks. You can grab a second bed and just blow it up in the nether and pick up netherite.
Yeah. I like the idea.
It's an idea that has just not been super looked into, but it's a possible, like, potential way that the meta could shift, right? It's just something that people really haven't thought about, but it's been done in some weekly races. It's been just obviously thought about. If you get a perfect bed explosion off, you can get a stack of netherrack. Now, I don't know. That's just from watching weekly race, watching those runners use a bed for blocks, but it's like, is that a god tier setup? Like if we just rip netherrack normally, are we going to get 20, right? The blocks burn a lot of the time and you don't get any sometimes. It's just like, I don't know how consistent it is, but it's something that maybe runners should start thinking about. I mean, on this seed, doesn't matter because we're just right in the housing.
And it looks like Ancoboy once again taking a bit of a lead here. Obviously no death from Oxy or anything too big yet, but I mean it is still a lead for Ancoboy.
Ancoboy's good. Wow, that was scary.
It's worth considering.
Barely got in the safe hole there. I was gonna say the blocks didn't matter that much because we're on the bastion, but I look at Oxy's inventory and I think she only has 4 planks. Unless there's just logs that she hasn't crafted, I think she's somehow used all her blocks again.
No, 4. There's 4 logs. There's 4 logs.
She has 4 logs? Okay.
Yep.
So we are fine. A little bit of wood separation in the inventory.
Yeah, Ancoboy just maybe 20 seconds ahead or something like this, maybe 15 seconds ahead, just in the route. Not
I think he
exactly
found some
sure where
better
exactly that time
Flint.
was.
I think he found some better Flint in the overworld.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
Not sure how much of this time save was in the overworld specifically versus obviously the start of this Bastion route.
right.
But Oxy went a little past the village for Flint, and then there was just a nice gravel patch next to the lava pool.
Now we
So
see almost 3 stacks of pearls here for Ancoboy. He should be good to go. Now just trying to use the pie chart to find the fortress and sees the direction. Gonna be throwing the pearl outside this backside of
beautiful
the
exit.
housing bastion
That's good
as
awareness
he
here.
gets ready to go.
Oh, where is the fort, nerdy? Oh, it's directly in front of us. As I was looking at it, like nothing and the whole lava sea to the right, and it's like, oh geez. There's the fort buried at
Yeah.
all whatsoever, but there it is. Building up. And Oxy gonna leave out of the same spot. But again, nerdy, like you said, maybe 15 seconds removed.
Oh, man, that scared me for a second there. Loses a couple hearts there from a skeleton. Purling up here.
And
Now gonna eat. Look at all those skeletons over there. Scary
we
stuff.
have bread, so should be fine. And just now found the spawner.
Perhaps
So let's
another bed
see.
here. He doesn't need to do this. He doesn't need to do this. He already has a bed.
He has
That's
the
okay.
yellow bed, right? Is he gonna know that he has the yellow bed at all? Because it's funny if you don't use the yellow bed for blaze bedding, right? And you're pick blocking beds, you're not gonna be able to. Oh, nerdy, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I stand corrected. I
It's
stand
beautiful.
corrected.
And
oh no, and Oxy takes a death. Oxy takes a death here.
And the double blaze bed was so much aura that Oxy
Yeah.
seemed
That
to
is
give an
unfortunate.
Ancoboy the win. It is unfortunate.
I think that is now it is Ancoboy's seed to lose here. I mean, just playing. I mean,
it's not
Ancoboy is
just
playing
his
consistent
seed
at the
to
end of the
lose,
day.
nerdy. It's his match to lose.
True, honestly.
A 3-0. And he's got 20 obby. He could misplace an obby. Oxy somehow has 9 pearls. Like, this is honestly not even that bad of a recovery, right? You're right back in the nether. You're right back on the bastion. She somehow has pearls and fire res and a stack of soul sand just like extra.
Yep.
So this like isn't even that punishing of a death in the weirdest way.
Yeah, I guess that is fair.
So in a really
on
weird
one heart
way,
again.
she's actually not that far behind from the death. It's just that she was already behind in the first place, which has unfortunately been the story in all 3 seeds, nerdy, right? Like Oxy has taken a death in all 3 seeds, and it's not like, oh, if you recover from this death really fast, you can still kind of be in it. She's been behind into taking the death all 3 times, so it's only made her problems, her pace worse. And I mean, it's just a testament to how well Ancoboy's playing the seeds.
And let's see here. Ancoboy on just, I think, going for 1, maybe 2 more rods. No, he needs 2 more. So he needs 1 more now. On 11 eyes. I guess the eye must have just broke or something while measuring. I mean, yeah, just unfortunate stuff from Oxy taking a death in every seed so far. I feel like it's just, maybe the turning nerves or whatever getting to where
Or the
can't
lack of
falter for
ranked
that.
experience as well, right? Like we again
True.
only 100 something games played to Ancoboy 700 could just unfortunately be showing itself in the bracket at the worst possible time. As Ancoboy is heading to the cords now. And we have so much food as well, right? 8 bread still. So should be totally good there. I mean, Oxy's blinding, not that far behind, but even being behind into the stronghold by 5 or 10 seconds sometimes just loses you the seed on the spot. And we're going to be behind here by probably a minute getting into the stronghold. So Ancoboy would need to choke Nav incredibly hard or choke Zero incredibly hard for Oxy to have a chance here. It doesn't have a great spike. I thought I saw something down mid that I liked for like a frame or 2.
Looks like that's where Ancoboy is looking.
He is committing to it. Now we both look stupid.
Okay, for what it's worth, for what my bet was on the right side. I like the right spike more, but
you're
I
a
don't know.
big orange kind of guy, nerdy. That's some.
I really am.
Propaganda in the Big 25. You're a big orange kind of guy.
I like big orange.
Mid. I saw some greatness down mid for a frame. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, no, I mean that's fair. That's fair. We'll see. We'll see
We'll
who ends up winning this.
We will see who finds it because I Ancoboy doesn't
I'm just
know.
saying he's staying down this side he's been on this right side for a while here, Feinberg. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm a mid-believer. I like the spike. This isn't looking great. I mean, maybe this light source is library.
That's not looking good for my stocks.
I'm telling you, this is a skeleton spawner. I'm telling you, it was this mid spike. I saw it for a frame or two, and I think he lost it because of mobs or because of another reason. And it's behind starter. GG. We both lose.
Well,
The
we both lose. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. We tried our best here, Feinberg. We did our best.
Sorry. Oh my god, beautiful cage. And
able to get up.
He threw 2 pearls on the pearl clip. But he's gonna commit to the 0 here.
We're at 91.
Are we gonna go to 95 offset? Surely. Yeah.
Okay,
That's the
let's
99
see
rotation.
if Ancoboy can close out this seed here. Nice double bed to start off this 0.
Yeah, but look at this. The arrow gets him too low, so he's got to have a recovery here.
And another recovery bed.
And it's wow. I don't know.
He gets it. Ancoboy on fire today.
It just maybe he's just practiced that. Like, let's just practice doing 2 side beds on the right after we get the dragon too low from the arrow.
That's crazy stuff. I mean, I feel like Oxy obviously taking some deaths, maybe having a little bit of an off day, but I feel like Ancoboy really on today. I feel like the biggest time loss we saw from Ancoboy, honestly, was just the skeleton in the first seed, which wasn't even really his fault.
Yeah, I mean, he also had a little bit of shakiness heading to the fort on the first seed as well. But I mean, if you just look at the splits, like, I don't know. It's hard to draw conclusions here because Oxy did just die, right? From Nether to Fortress Enter, only a 4-second difference between the runners, so it's just hard to draw parallel when Oxy visibly, loses 2 minutes to the death. And it's an unfortunate way for Oxy to go out, 3-0. Maybe not the blistering content we were hoping for from the first match. But I mean, Nerdy, like you said, I feel like Ancoboy played very, very well. I mean, showed why he auto-qualled, showed why he has gotten second in playoffs before. Quick 3-0. And that's going to move on to next weekend.
Yeah, it was a great match, and I feel like Ancoboy proved himself in multiple aspects here. I hope that will build some confidence for him moving into the next round. And yeah, I'm looking forward to our next match here, Feinberg, which is 7 Ral versus Silver.
Yep, it's going to be a beautiful match. 2 more playoff Titans, Nerdy. I feel like that's going to be a pretty common theme throughout the bracket is the playoff Titans, running into each other. I feel like this is the most stacked bracket that we've ever had.
True.
Ral versus Silver up next. Yes. We are going to send it into an intermission, get those players ready, get the refs ready, get everyone ready, all that jazz. But we do have new fun little quirky little intermission videos for this season. Some little speedrunning tutorials by your very own ranked players. So today, for our first intermission video, we have Dougal teaching us preemptive. So we're going to throw it to an intermission. If you need to stand up and go somewhere, obviously feel free to do so. But if you want to learn preemptive, Dougal's going to show you how. And we'll be back with Ral vs Silver.